डूबो, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% करे नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना. Who asked you live at zero complaint level? मौज में रहो, be happy.
श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा. गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः, गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. When we are walking spiritual path, some funny thoughts arrest our progress, such as that I am doing so much of sadhana, I study Gita, but why the people around me, they don't like me? See? This is a story from Delhi. One person asked me this question. Saji, I am studying Gita, I go to satsang everywhere, but nobody likes me. Everybody avoids me. I said, I wish I could. Now, why this happens? See? It is something like we get a driving license and then we start complaining that the traffic is too unruly. Traffic will be like that. When we are walking spiritual path, things which are due to us, they will come. They will not stop. But earlier, our ability to deal with the situation was such that we were succumbing to the situation. But after we have studied the scriptures, after we have decided to walk the spiritual path, then change must start happening in us. What is the change? Makeup.com, mala, khadau, then colored clothes, spiritual, makeup. No. Change must come in us. And that change is our ability to focus our attention through every experience to ourselves. Yesterday I told you Sampradnyat Samadhi, 4 things. If our attention is on the worldly things and we are not getting much influenced by that, that is the Vitarkanugata Sampradnyat Samadhi. But attention is on the world. Then second thing is Vichara Anugata Sampradnyat Samadhi. Yes, so many disturbing thoughts come, but I don't get disturbed. The thoughts do come. Attention is on the thoughts. Good thoughts, bad thoughts. Whenever I sit for meditation, very terrible thoughts come. So your attention is either on the objects of the world or on the thoughts pertaining to the world. It is still away from you. Then the third comes the Anandanugata Sampradnyat Samadhi. Oh, the meditation, Swamiji, wonderful. Maja aa gaya. So it is Bhoga Pradhan Sampradnyat Samadhi. And ultimate is Asmitanugata Sampradnyat Samadhi. Attention is on oneself. क्या फर्क पड़ता है? What objects are there, what thoughts are there, what experiences are there. क्या फर्क पड़ता है? See? Attention is on ourselves. Asmita anugata. And therefore, it is for such persons, ahamayam kuto bhavati chinvataha. Chinvataha, he who is able to contemplate, inquire, and his inquiry is not about the world. Why the world is so bad? See, why the world was not bad earlier? I don't think. It could be worse than today. Oh. Do you think the world will not be bad later? What more worse could be than this? Very good. Earlier you were there? No. Later you will be there? No. The world is horrible today because you are there. See? Chinvataha. Attention goes to ayam aham kutaha bhavati. This I, that miserable I am, who is this I? Where from he has come? By birth we are man or woman. By mistake we become husband and wife. So when you commit mistakes, you are punished. See? Now will you blame God? Oh God, why did you created wives like this? God uvacha, I have not created a wife, mother, sister, in-laws, outlaws. I have created human beings. In God's creation, there are no problems. In our creation, there is nothing but problems. See? So, aham ayam kutaha bhavati iti chinvataha. Thus, whenever there is a disturbance in our life, immediately it should go back. Who is disturbed? You are on the right track. Why this is happening? How it can be avoided? Remove these two words from your dictionary. Why and how? You are at peace. See? So, ahamayam kuto bhavati chinvataha. And the moment our attention comes on this I, then we will clearly come to know this relative I and there is absolute I. I a man and I a husband. So there are two I's. One is in the God's creation, the second is in our creation. So the I belonging to our creation has nothing but problems, and the I created by the God has no problems. See, friends, ahamayam kuto bhavati chinvataha. Then what happens? When you inquire like this, then ai, अरे क्या हो गया? Patati aham. This aham disappears. See, I am miserable as a mother, as a father, as a husband, as a wife. The moment we come to know this, oh, okay, now this mother, father, husband, they are not eternal. They are in relation to something. See, friends, one basic principle, if you can comprehend that and live with that principle, aupadhik anekata is mithya. The multiplicity created because of the conditioning is not real. Simple. Like space is real. North, east, west, south, not real. If we go beyond the relationship between earth and sun, if you go beyond that relationship, which is east, which is north, which is south, we don't have to go. At night you get up. Then, we said it's the north, we said it's the south. No reference. So these 10 directions are superimposed on the space. The space has no problem. And the directions have nothing but problem. See? You should not sleep with your feet facing the south. Okay? Okay. Then you put the child in a proper way. The child sleeps. And at night, like the clock keeps on moving. Now, which direction is which leg? See, friends. Then we come to know, ayam aham kutaha bhavati iti chinvata are? Oi, patatyaham. Where it has gone? So where is this man, woman, young, old, in the dream, in the deep sleep? See, these mantras, if you can play with them. In deep sleep, where are we, when are we, what are we? Three things. Where are we in deep sleep? When are we during the sleep? What are we? Nobody. So you are happy? In our day-to-day life, where are we? Sedona. When are we during satsang? What are we? Sleepy. 100%. See, my friends, it's such a simple thing. In deep sleep, we are 100%. In waking, we are not 100%. And within the waking experience, there also we are not 100%. Part of us go as a husband, as a wife, as a mother, as a father, something or the other. And then एक दिल के टुकड़े हजार हुए. कोई यहाँ गिरा, कोई वहाँ गिरा. This thing I told you in one of my talks, if you remember. There was one boy in Pune, a Gujarati boy. Their name is Merchant. Now he is grown up, he is an engineer. He was a theoretical boy. I used to call him theoretical. When I used to go to that place, everybody has done, he will not do anything. When everybody has done namaskar, then he will stand in front of me. परम पूजनीय स्वामी जी, आपके आगमन से मुझे अत्यंत प्रसन्नता हुई. मैं आपसे प्रार्थना करता हूँ कि मेरे दादाजी, दादी जी, मेरे पिताजी, मम्मी जी, मैं और हमारे घर के सभी सदस्यों को हमेशा स्वास्थ्य और आपके आशीर्वाद प्रदान होते रहे. क्या मैं आपको चरण स्पर्श कर सकता हूँ? ए चाइल्ड ऑफ 10-12 years. तथास्तु. Theoretical. Such a kind of person. And when satsang was going on, he had heard lots of jokes, ha ha hu hu. Suddenly he got him. परम पूजनीय स्वामी जी तथा यहाँ उपस्थित सभी बंधु और माता पिता. Everyone stunned now, what is going to do? He said, मैं आप सबके सामने एक जोक प्रस्तुत करना चाहता हूँ. क्या मुझे अनुज्ञा है? हमने कहा हाँ आए. तथा he started. एक दिल के टुकड़े हजार हुए. His mother got angry. एक दिल के टुकड़े हजार हुए. एक बोरीवली गिरा, एक कांदीवली गिरा, एक मालाड गिरा, एक जोगेश्वरी गिरा. Mother got angry. Stop this nonsense. He said, अभी हजार कहाँ हुए? Our life is एक दिल के टुकड़े हजार हुए. How can you remain 100% anywhere? See, this what is we have to clearly understand. Nothing can disturb us unless we cooperate with the disturbances. See? But we are like, you must have seen here, I have not seen, there are some shrubs. They are called as touch me not. Lazarus roped. Touch me. Somebody said, Swamiji, how is the food? It's okay, I don't mind. Don't mind. Okay, it's okay. Happens sometime. Touch me not. Therefore, Aipadatyaham. Now, if you want to get rid of this aham, there is only one way inquiry. Who is disturbed? So, who is disturbed? The meditator is disturbed. Because you are doing meditation, don't do, relax. Nahi to nahi. See? So, this I who is created under n number of conditions is dependent on those n number of conditions, and those conditions are not fulfilled, this I has no existence. See? Therefore, ahamayam kuto bhavati chinvataha aipatatyaham nija vicharanam. When one of the two fellows die and the one who is remaining behind, in old age it happens. One man died, so his wife started crying. Without him I cannot live, why he lived, I should have gone, blah, 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 blah. That is the standard dialogue everybody says. After that was over, the body was disposed. And then one day, second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, 1 month, 6 years, 5 years, 10 years. Mama, that time you said you cannot live without him. What happened? कोई किसी का नहीं है प्यारे. Don't get carried away by all these wrong notions. Then you will come to know, whenever we are miserable, we are somebody. Nobody can never be miserable. Therefore, here the teacher says, Ayam aham kuto bhavati chinvataha. The moment you are disturbed, understand your meditation will start. Who is disturbed? But don't do it while driving the car. Who is driving the car? Be a driver. I am not the driver. I am not the vehicle. Ayam aham kuto bhavati chinvataha. When you thus inquire, then patatyaham, aham patati, this I disappears. Then this is called as nija vicharanam. This is called as self-inquiry. Establish your correct identity at a given period of time. Who are you at that moment? Then we will come to know we all are playing different roles in life. We are satsangi sometimes we are cooks, sometimes we go for a walk, sometimes we are washing clothes, sometimes we are making bed, if it is made. Therefore, when I told Prashant, you want to take, I said, go to my room, you can take bath there. Then how to recognize my room, because he didn't know. I said, that room where the bed is properly made is my room. All other beds are like Dharma Kshetri, Kuru Kshetri, some dirty fellows. If you cannot make your own bed, spirituality. See? It is so simple, my dear friends, it's not difficult. Therefore, ayam aham kuto bhavati chinvataha ai patatyaham. See, the I disappears. In the disappearance of the I, what I told you in English in different words, freedom from I, not freedom for I. See, I want liberation. I'm sorry, it's not available for you. You can never be liberated. Liberation from I. See? When the people seek divorce, what they do? They seek liberation from husband. Not from the man, not from the woman. Liberation from the husband. I don't want his husband, he is too much troubling me. Then Chinmata inquired, how husband was born? Oh, uski se shaadi chodo. And when you take divorce, then is that wife dead? Is that husband dead? No. They were non-existing principles and disturbing the existing reality. See, therefore, aipatatyam nija vicharanam. Who am I? But this is not only who am I. In probably Jamshedpur, in their engineering college, IIT Jamshedpur, after my talk was over, many years before, 30 years or more, one youngster got up. Swamiji, I got a question. I said, okay. Who am I? I said, should I tell you the truth or bluff? For a change, tell the truth. So I told him, you are a fool of the highest order. Do you think Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi was a fool? I said, no. But this is how he started his inquiry, who am I? I said, he didn't ask me this question. You have asked me this question. Be attentive. Who am I question is valid only when you are identified with the body or you are not identified with the body. Option. When I am identified with the body, this question has no value. As a body, I know I am man, I am woman, I am young, I am old, I am beautiful, I am awful. When we accept theoretically, may not be the experience, that I cannot be the body, then the question becomes valid. Who am I? See? Therefore, unless the steps are very clear, our meditation is like what? In a dark room, at the time of Amavasya, at night, one person was searching for a black rat, which was not there, and the searching person was blind. Meditation. See, this is meditation. What are you searching? Self-discovery. Don't seek, discover. When you seek, you assume it is not there, you may find it. But when you discover, you know it is there, but it is covered by some cover. See, Eureka. About this Eureka, I remember one of my very good experience. I will share with you. This happened in England. My friend, he is also a Swami, Krishna Premananda. So he came to receive me and I was going to his ashram. At about 7 o'clock in the evening I landed. By the time I came out, it became 7:38 and we started. And his ashram was about 5 hours drive. So on our way, his mother called. By the time you will reach your ashram, it will be too late. If your Swami has no problem, he can come and stay here in my house. You spend here for the night. Next day, take bath, become fresh and go. So he asked, Swamiji, this is what my mom says. I said, yes, we can go. I went to their house. Very comfortably, no problem. If you want to see a neat, beautiful house, see a Britisher's house. Everything is in a perfect place. Not one nail extra on the wall. Then I lay down on my bed. Next, a nice table was kept, few books. So I just took one book, read 5-10 minutes, put it back. Then I had to switch off the light. And I couldn't see the switch where it is. I had to get up and saw. When I saw that light was so bright, as if it entered in my eyes. And I could see the switch and then again lie down, switch off the light and close the eyes. And Eureka! When the eyes are closed, I can see the light. When eyes are open, I can see the street lights. So the one who was seeing the street light through the open eyes and the one who was seeing the impression of that light on the mind is one and the same. Because of the conditioning of the eyes, I became a waker, and because of the conditioning of the mind, I became a dreamer. So either I am everything or I am nothing. Is it not? Waking experiences we do go through, dream experiences we go through, even in their absence also we are intact. Who are we? So I am the illuminator of the street lights through the eyes, but I am not limited that only. I am the illuminator of the impression on the mind of the reflection of the light. So I am both and yet I am beyond. So I am waker, dreamer, deep sleeper, samadhi and yet more. Like the space is east, north, west, south, 4 corners, up and down, 10 directions and plus something more. Summation of the finite is not equal to the infinite. Because finite is imagined in the infinite. Many of you may not be knowing, earlier our Indian rupee used to be 64 paisa. There used to be a dabbu paisa, there used to be chedwala paisa. 64 paisa. Now we are progressing. 100 paisa. The rupee remains the same. Earlier we imagined 64, now we imagine 100. We don't know tomorrow we may imagine 1000. So fractions are imaginary, they are not real. Reality is always infinite. Colors are finite. If we want to define the vision, should I say the violet plus yellow plus green is equal to the vision? No, all of them and yet beyond that. Ahamayam kuto bhavati chinvataha aipatatyaham nija vicharanam. Not the mechanical thing. I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the intellect. I am not the mind, I am not the mind, I am not the body, I am not the intellect. I am not the dumb. See. So, when this is practiced, nija vicharanam, now what will happen when this kind of inquiry is conducted? You get freedom from I, not freedom for I. So, ahami nasha bhaji. See? Nasha bhaji, when you make the bhaji of the aham. This is the 7th case. When this finite aham is destroyed, see? Ahami nasha bhaji, then aham taya spurati vrutsvayam. See? Now, I am a son to my father, husband to my wife, and son to my father. When my father dies, what happens to the son? I am no more a son. When my wife dies, what happens to the husband? I am no more a husband. Without wife, I can't be husband. When my son dies, I am no more a father. Without the son, I can't be a father. But when this finite aham, I the husband, I the father, I the son, when they die, what remains? Aham anasha bhaji. When these three fellows, we make a bhaji of them, then aham taya spurati vrutsvayam. The man continues to be who was supporting these relative existences in the form of relational existence. Therefore, when the waking disappears, nothing happens to me. When the dream disappears, nothing happens to me. When the deep sleep disappears, nothing happens to me. When the samadhi is beginning or ending, nothing happens to me. I continue to be. Therefore, who am I? I support the waking plus dream plus deep sleep plus samadhi, and yet I am much more than that. So, waker, dreamer, deep sleeper, and samadhi person, these are the nasha bhaji. They are the relative beings, and they have become. So, I is a man, he became the son because of the father. See? When the children are small, we go and talk. How the introduction? Oh, he is my son. Very good. Then you come to this country and the NRI parents come. What is the introduction? Oh, they are my parents. Position change? See, friends. Aham inasha bhaji, aham taya, spurati vrut swayam. Vrut, Paramatma. Harati iti vrut. Now the Paramatma starts spurati, manifest. Meaning what? Be attentive. When our attention is on the colors and forms, now you must multiply this example with all the sense objects. When our attention is too much on the colors and forms, our vision is covered by them. Because what are colors and forms? They are specific. Red is not green, green is not yellow, they are specific. So these specificities, they cover the non-specific substratum, the vision, because of which all these colors are established. Therefore, specific existence is a finite I, and non-specific existence is the infinite I. Waker is a specific existence. Dreamer is a specific existence, and so on. But the non-specific existence that I is supporting all of them, like the vision supports all the colors and all the forms, and yet beyond all of them. Aham inasha bhaji, aham taya, spurati vrut swayam. Now who is this swayam spurati? Self-existent is Paramapurna Sat. This is the infinite absolute existence. So, the relatives are covering the absolute. Like the ornaments cover the gold. We go to the jewelry shop and see, oh, how beautiful, nice design and all that, So our attention is so much on the design, fashion and everything that we forget what is the substratum. And we pay for the design, and when we come to know, it was superimposed on plastic. Oh God, gone money. In the same manner, we are all carried away by the superimposed, and the substratum is forgotten. See? Therefore, Spurati Vrit Swayam Paramapurna Sat. Waker is born with the body identification, he disappears after body identification is over. So is the case with the dream, deep sleep and samadhi. But we have no experience of birth, no experience of growth. Paramapurna Sat. You are ever the same infinite being. Nothing to gain, nothing to lose. We don't become divine by spiritual practice. We are divine. Whether we know or we do not know. Whether we recognize or we don't recognize. Whether we want or we don't want. This is too much, huh? You are divine. No, I can't be divine. Papam, papa karma. See? It's only Vedanta tells you this. Whether you know or you do not know, you are divine. Whether you want or you do not want, you are divine. You go to other places. If you have done this papa, do this thing. I had a very bad dream. Maharaj, kya karo? Beta, what was the dream? You are so much worried. See, in the dream I dreamed one huge cobra climbed on my body. Okay, what happened? Then he straight away went to the jugular vein, took it out, and started like Coca-Cola, and he sucked away all the blood. And then I died. And my dream broke. Now what will happen? I said, yes, to the cobra. What happened to cobra when your blood is taken? Is it still surviving? You don't make jokes, Swamiji, we are very frightened. They say such dreams are not good, they are very bad omen. I said, yes, what they say is true. Then there are, solutions for every problem. There is no problem which doesn't have a solution. What is that? For 15 Mondays, you go to Shiva temple, do their Mrityunjay Japa 21 times. Do it for 15 days. 15 days and 15 Mondays. 16 Monday again you go and do Maha Abhishekam. And Abhishekam what? Not on Shivalinga. Make a golden cobra. Maybe a kilo should be enough. And then do the Abhishek on that. And after that, all is over. That golden cobra don't give to Panditji. Give it to me. Then all your problems will come to me. Then what will happen? The problem of black cobra will disappear and problem of yellow cobra will come. See, friends, don't get carried away by all these things. This is all happening and disappearing. See, anything which begins, remains for some time, ends after some time, is illusion. See, there was a great master, he approached Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi. And after staying with him, then he said, Sir, as I am talking to you, I talk to Bhagavan Krishna. He comes. Is this all? He said, yeah, as long if you are happy, it's okay. No, tell me the truth. The truth is that which comes and goes is not the truth. Bhagavan Krishna, yes. Nayamatma balahinena labhyaha. For the touch me not brand people, Vedanta is not. anything which begins in time, remains for some time, disappears after some time. When our mind can create huge, wonderful dreams, can't that mind create Krishna? See? But those who are the devotee brand, they will start, Krishna, Swami ji ko maaf kar dena. स्वामी जी को फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा. Keep this clear in your understanding, because Hrut Swayam Parama Purna Sat. We can never experience any incompleteness in our experience. We are ever the same. No beginning, no middle, no modification, no end, no absence. See? The date of birth and the time of birth is the biggest bluff. And on the basis of that, all the Kundalini is awakened. The child who is born, he doesn't know, I am born. The mother who delivers, she doesn't know when that fellow has come. She was in pain. The nurse who was supposed to attend, a dozen of them. Who is coming? Kitni baje? 8 baje? And when is the birth? When the head comes that time, or the tail comes that time, or halfway, or full way? When is the birth? Once I asked that nurse, I happened to be there. I said, Mama, my question, this topic is over. For my general knowledge, I want to know. Nobody's time of birth except Bhagwan Ram and Bhagwan Krishna is a round figure. Bhagwan Ram was born at 12 o'clock, Sardarji. Bhagwan Krishna was born at 12 o'clock night. See? Haryanvi. 12 o'clock. Rest of, you see all your Kundali. Nobody is born in round figure. 9:37. Now is that nurse sitting with the tack. Bluff, oh bluff. See? And then we go on holding to that, what is your date of birth? I was born, on a most auspicious day. What? It was the Sarvapitri Amasya. By my birth, all Pitru have died. So we neither have the experience of birth, we never experience, we are growing. It is the society which tells us, auntie, what is the time? Don't call me auntie, call me Didi. In one marriage in ISKCON temple in Juhu, I was called for some marriage and we were sitting in the audience and on the stage the marriage was going on. So we were sitting and enjoying. Next to me was some old man. I kept one seat free. Keep away. They start talking. So one small sweet little girl came, nicely dressed. दादाजी ऊपर बुलाए चलो आपको वहाँ. Don't call me दादाजी. Call me uncle. और ये बूढ़ा हूँ. It's not his fault. Nobody experiences one is growing old. Age belongs to the body, not to us. But see the elderly people, what an arrogance. बड़ों को आदर नहीं देते. What is our contribution that our age is growing? See? It is happening. We are not doing anything. No, I am doing. कल इतने साल का होना है. No. See? We are neither the experience of birth, growth, and no experience of death. Swamiji, you do not know. There was a serial. Yes, what happened in the serial? That girl told In last life, I was in Jabalpur, and this was the house, and they were my parents. And in that particular bookshelf, on this particular book, in this particular thing, a bookmark is kept. Really? So this was your rebirth. And you say there is no rebirth. See now. So, yaar, you are very intelligent. Now tell me. When earlier she was, now she is. When she when she did die. In last life we were there, in other body. In this life we are in this body. When this body dies, we continue to exist in the next body. When did we die? Body is born, body dies, we don't. मरने भी नहीं देते. But this is so much pumped in our head. Last life, this life, next life. See, therefore I told you one movie, watch that. RIPD. Rest in Peace Department. There this thought I discovered. The friend who took me, he didn't understand, but I told him, see, leave the cinema part aside, the principle is this. When one policeman shot the other policeman and the dead one fell down from the 20th floor, after falling down, immediately the whole picture, the frames becomes frozen. And this policeman who died, who fell down, he got up. And he goes to Gabriel. And this is his record. Oh, he is a good person, we can use him. So he is given facility. He can see everything, but nobody can see him. The movie continues. So he goes to his home and sees that his body is being buried. His wife is crying. He can see everything, but nobody can see him. And the cinema continues. And then his wife gets married. He goes for the marriage of his wife also. But nobody can see him. The marriage is over. And they are going somewhere. And there is a huge accident. Doom! Bomb blast. And a car is thrown in the air. And everything. Then she comes out of that. Again, another frozen frame. The car is in the sky. Everything is broken. People are shattered. And she gets up comfortably. He comes, holds her hand, bye-bye, go away. So what we understood? Be attentive. Before coming to Washington DC, I was in London. So when I came to Washington DC, London is dead for me. Then from Washington DC, I went to Minneapolis. Then Washington DC was dead for me. Then from Minneapolis I came to Miami. Then this Minneapolis is dead for me. From there I went to Dallas. I left Dallas, Dallas is dead for me. From there to Houston, dead for me. From there to Phoenix. After I left Phoenix, came to here, Sedona, Phoenix dead for me. I continue. Death is not our death. The world is dead for us. Childhood is dead for us. We don't die. The teenage is dead for us. We don't die. The middle age is dead for us. We never died. This body will die. Where do we die? We continue to be. Ahamanashavaji, aham taya, spurati vrutsayam, paramapurnasat. Get freedom from this relative I and discover the absolute I. It is not we are getting divinity, but we are discovering divinity that we are. Ahaminashabhaji aham taya spurati vrutsvayam paramapurnasat. Then idam aham padabhi khyam anvam ahamilinake pyalaya sattaya. Now idam aham, there are two ahams. One is the relative aham, idam aham. Second is the absolute aham. So the husband is the relative aham and the man is the absolute aham. The son is the relative aham, the man is the absolute aham. So two of them. Now how these relative ahams are born? With reference to something. Non-referential existence is truth. What are the references? 3. Time, space, object. See, I was born on. One girl asked me this question, Swamiji, please don't. Please tell me your date of birth. I want to send you the greeting card. I'll tell you, but don't tell anybody. Promise? Yes, promise. I said 31st April. Year I will not tell. Okay. She went home. You tell that Swamiji doesn't tell anybody, but he gave me a condition I should not tell anybody. But of course you are my mummy. Mummy to had to tell everything, And then see, Swamiji told he is born on 31st April. And you say he never tells. So she started laughing. Their mother by mistake understood. And then she said, Swamiji fooled you. There is nothing like 31st April. Really, he cheated you? Me? Okay. She wrote a greeting card. My dear Swamiji, happy birthday. Whenever it is. And at the end, guess who am I? Name and address. How cute it is. Difficult to give up this relative I. Hold on to that. Therefore, idam aham, this relative aham, who is born with reference to something. Therefore, I told you number of times, if you give no reference, your mind cannot think. And that reference is somebody. We always think as somebody. We think as mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife, friend, enemy, Indian, non-Indian, rich, poor, healthy, unhealthy. We have some reference. Don't give any reference as in deep sleep. There is no reference of time, space and object. All the three are not available in the deep sleep. Therefore, you cannot think. This was the technique we told you. Remain as nobody. You don't have to struggle not to think. You become somebody, thinking starts. Somebody is a reference. No reference, no world. Therefore, in deep sleep, where are we? No reference of space. When are we? No reference of time. What are we? No reference of anybody. Therefore, no thoughts. But according to Patanjali, sleep is also a thought. Abhava pratyalambana vritti nidra. What is the deep sleep? Where waking, dream are absent. Because absence is not an object. Absence of what? Hey, there was absence. Absence of what? No, there is just absence. So in deep sleep, abhava pratyaya alambana, the experience of absence. But they don't tell absence of what? We tell you. Absence of waking and dream. So abhava pratyaya, experience of absence, alambana vritti. So that thought which makes absence as an object of knowledge, that thought is called as deep sleep, nidra. And therefore Patanjali, when he says the chitta vritti nirodha, there he means go beyond the sleep. Because sleep is also a thought. See, my friends. Therefore, idam aham pada, so that which is referred as an objective I, idam aham pada, abhikhya. Abhikhya means referred as. Anvaham ahamilinake. Now this absolute is followed by the relative. When the relative disappears, the absolute is revealed. See, ahamilinake, when this relative aham disappears, then alaya sattaya. But absolute aham ever remains the same. Alaya never disappears. Waker disappears in the dream. Waker and the dreamer, they disappear in the deep sleep. Three of them disappear in the samadhi. And samadhi disappears in the waking dream deep sleep. But there is one common denominator which can never be absent. Alaya sattaya is eternal presence. See, you know, one of the difficulties that we all go through, it is easier to understand and accept that gold is in all the golden ornaments, the clay is in all the clay pots. This example has stopped giving clay and clay pot, although it is from Upanishad. I stopped this example. The reason, in one place somewhere, one old man is to come, very sincere, very nice person. And in talk he will respond. Sometimes when I ask question, they respond. Suppose we remove the soil from the pot, what will remain? He said, clean pot. From that day onward, I said, this is a wrong example. You can imagine. And you say, Vedanta is dry. It is dry. It is gilla. It is easier to understand gold in the ornaments. But one reality, the Brahman Ekameva Dvitiya, it is present in the sentient as well as inert. How can you say? Paramatma is simultaneously Chit as well as Sat. How it is possible? See, friends. Therefore, to recognize this, Kathopanishad tells, Asti iti upalabdhavyaha tattva bhavena prasidati. Truth has to be experienced as existence, not existence of. And the Sat or the existence is a common denominator, whether it is sentient or inert. Water bottle is existence. The plant is. The man is. The disease is. Frustration is. Achievement is. Absence is. This eternal existence has to be recognized as one's essential nature. This is what is meant alaya sattaya. This satta, this existence can never be laya, can never be denied. And therefore, we can never have the experience of our own absence. See? idamaham padabhikyamanvaham ahamilinake alaya satyaya. In Brihadaranyaka Upanishad it comes, in deep sleep, tatra mata amata bhavati, tatra pita apita bhavati. In deep sleep, we are no more mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife, nobody. Where they have gone? Nowhere, because they were never there. See? This inquiry is like what? Where the reflection from the mirror goes when the person goes away. Or where the reflection from the mirror goes when the mirror is taken away. Where it goes? It goes nowhere because it never existed. Same thing. Where the dream has gone, where the wealth in the dream, where it has gone, where the crime in the dream, where it has gone. See? Therefore, all experiences gathered through the sense organs, mind and intellect is samsara. The experience which is independent of sense organs, mind and intellect is the truth. This is that. It is not achievement. Na kuch pana. And there is no possibility of any loss. When a pot breaks, is anything happening to the pot space? When the pot breaks, the pot space goes out in search of a potty. No. Everything is happening in me, but nothing happens to me. Like Vedanta Satsanga. Therefore, Upadesha says, Yadi vanne se suvedeti dhara mevapi nunam tam vetta brahmano rupam. If you imagine and you say that I have understood very well, the teacher says, Khak, samajh mein aaya. What did I tell you? It is not an experience through the intellect. How did you understand it? Go reflect again. He goes and comes back. He said, now I understood. What I? Naham manne suvedeti, nona vedeti vedacha, yonas tadveda tadveda, nona vedeti vedacha. I have understood that it cannot be understood. In this way I have understood. And those who understand like this, they only can understand correctly. This is what I understood. Guru Maharaj says, Tathastu. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.